Mega Man effing rules. Sometimes. He's become an icon for a reason, whether that's in part to his kick-ass music that you can't help but hum along to and shoot things, or in part to its satisfying reward system of beating a boss and then straight up ripping an ability away from their dead corpse to give yourself new powers. Everything you love about a run and gunner is here and is incredibly satisfying to play. Mega Man has always known how to hit your dopamine perfectly. I mean, Capcom has had that formula on lock for the past few decades. Although, if you ask me, when it comes to the NES games, like the original Nintendo ones, the platforming sections never looked appetizing to me. Or joyous. Or good. But today, I'm not talking about that old school shit. I want to talk about the slightly less old school shit. If we want to start talking about peak Mega Man gaming, then we need to start talking about X. Why? Because X is going to give it to you. Talk about a timeless, spectacular, bona fide classic that has never failed to impress me as the years go on. Do you want to try Mega Man but don't know where to start? Would you like a game to speedrun through that is challenging but not impossible to beat? Want to learn about game making and how to provide the basics 101 teachings of a video game and showcasing that through gameplay without just being so direct about it? X is the answer. Mega Man X is so godlike with its execution. Even for today's standards, it's an excellently crafted game that I genuinely am surprised that it came out the year of '93. In this game, you play as X, not Mega Man. I mean, yes, he is Mega Man, but he's just a distant future version of Mega Man from the earlier games from what I understand. As X, you do the normal Mega Man drive-bys. You're tasked with taking out the overseeing robot ruler who usually wants robots to rule the world because those AI videos of Bigfoot and babies talking like they know a shit are just too damn funny for robots to not have a throne on top of the globe and rule all of humanity for. You first have to complete a robot hit list, basically. Just hunt down each robot to get to the head honcho. Along the way, you obtain power-ups, learn new movement tactics for faster gameplay, and discover the next species of enemy that will be providing you with a brand new type of headache. With each victory, you permanently obtain a brand new ability, usually pertaining to that boss's ability and or theme. Each robot has their own weakness against a particular power that is held by one of the other robots, and the only way to find out someone's weakness is with common logic, like fighting ice with fire, through trial and error, or ask your favorite knowledgeable android for the answers. Google. If you played Mega Man before, it's the same tried and true formula you've always known. Although what makes X special is with the added ingredient that makes this an award-winning game. The dash boots. That's all Mega Man was missing from the original games. Truth.
These shits rule.
I mean, of course, visual upgrades with backgrounds and animations from the Super Nintendo that give this game a visual identity, and other gameplay refinements make Mega Man run smoother than butter on a hot pan, but dude, being able to dash in a platformer is a game changer. The older Mega Man games always looked sluggish to me. Nothing about the NES gameplay really made me think, oh yeah, I wouldn't mind trying this out because people know him. He's an icon, meaning I would only play it through the eye lens of he's recognizable, so all of his games must be good. This must be the series everybody loves. But the more I think about it, the first game in the series is never usually the top game. And honestly, with how many older Mega Man games there were, it looked like it would piss me off more than actually being fun. Mega Man X was the next step for the Mega Man formula. And if you ask me and anybody who speedruns this game, this is perfection. I've never played a Super Nintendo game that has felt so fluid in movement before, and the fact that it still plays better than many current game titles now gobsmacks me, because I've never played a game where if you spam the attack button at a rapid pace, it actively reacts to every push of the button and responds at the same speed as me. I never thought I would replay a single-player game to see if I could speedrun through it faster with prior knowledge from a previous playthrough. I never thought I would have routes for level selections that I set out myself as a form of my own personal strategy guide. It just plays so goddamn well, and it has enough changing factors with every playthrough, makes this game a very unique selection when pitted against the other run and gun games that are on the market. The first time I played X was around 2017. I never personally grew up with a Super Nintendo. I wasn't sure if there was going to be a game that was going to draw me to the console. I know there's a ton of fantastic games for it, but I wanted something that wasn't a first-party title. I didn't want Zelda. I didn't want Mario. I was eyeballing DK, but I wanted something that held a place within the SNES library that wasn't mainly a Nintendo game to try. I heard nothing but praise about the Blue Bomber ever since the Rock'em Sock'em days, and I figured that maybe the Super Nintendo version of Mega Man fixed all the problems that the OG Nintendo version made me feel, and to my surprise, it left a way bigger impression on me than I thought it would. Remind you, I grew up with a PS2. I grew up with like open world games like Jak and Daxter, and this amazed me. Something about an older game being an amazing experience in today's day and age, I feel like this should really show how timeless a game could be. And this is simply fantastic. The movement is snappy, art style is beautifully nostalgic, the layout for levels are well thought out, the music bops, by the way, and what really makes this an improvement over the older stuff is that it doesn't look or feel outdated. Not to me anyway. For as pretty as some Nintendo games are, or possibly for as good as they feel, they usually could be improved upon with modern day technology. X will never be outdated. Straight up, X will never ever be outdated. The only thing that points out its datedness, quote unquote, is the fact that the audio track can sometimes lose instruments when there's too many sound effects going off at once, but that's just a Super Nintendo thing that happens. On top of that, what makes X stand out over its older brothers is that the world feels connected. If you never go through multiple playthroughs of this game, you would never know that this game actually has alternate effects occurring on multiple stages. Sometimes when you defeat a boss, it can affect a different stage partially or entirely. A stage might feel easier or have a different kind of obstacle due to something just happening from a previous stage. Meaning if you have trouble with one particular place, maybe just try another stage to see if anything changes somewhere down the pipeline. You might gain some power to help out, you might understand your capabilities through progression, or just take out a fleet and to have that crash into the power grid to deactivate the electric floors of Spark Mandrill stage. Whatever you want to do, the options are available. After you beat the prologue, every stage is available for you to pick from the get-go. The way that this game bases its difficulty is based entirely off of the order of your stage selection. It's in your hands, and the game won't tell you a damn thing about the difficulty of this area. You go in blind, and you pray to God it's not the hardest stage of the whole damn game. You can make it a proficient, satisfying cakewalk of a playthrough, or you could just choose to give yourself the biggest challenge to see what you could possibly do without particular abilities. Or maybe you just want to see what caused the stage to change. Honestly, it's a pretty damn smart game. This game has high IQ. What an incredibly unique way to make a game exciting. The same applies to the bosses. The first time I played this, I started with the chameleon from Tarzan's World, from Kingdom Hearts, I think, and of course, he is considered one of the realest bitches around. That was until I figured out his patterns and learned his weakness through trial and error, and by replaying other areas, and man, is it so good when you come out on top. Like, I felt like I had just beat someone who's stupid good at chess after already suffering through multiple matches against them for so too damn long. It does have some moments that feel kind of bullshitty or a bit too tight with certain platforming sections, and it does get a bit grindy while collecting health to refuel energy gauges, especially before the Sigma fight. The bullshitty parts, honestly, it just doesn't matter to me. It really doesn't. I could boot this up anytime and re-experience the satisfactions that this game continuously has given me every time I play it. I don't have young kids nostalgia for this game. I simply have nostalgia as an adult who just loves well-made, fun as hell video games. X is Mega Man evolved, and Capcom had definitely leaned hard into evolution, considering you also earned pieces of armor that made you even more powerful on top of the extra powers you earned that are already made to make you better equipped for the bad bots ahead. This has given me faith in like older video games. This is why I love going through older ones, because the Super Nintendo games are pretty damn fun. And Mega Man X was definitely one of those games that made the console worth it. It made it worth it back then, and honestly, it still makes it worth it now. I can't deny it. Mega Man X is timeless. Mega Man X is a 10 out of 10. I absolutely would recommend trying this game if you ever want to play a great run and gun game. If you were looking for a starting point for the series of Mega Man in general, it's like, oh my god, this is what it could be like. Oh, run and gun. Games are good. Games are fun, and Mega Man X is just a good time while also teaching you things and like making you want to be better, and it helps you with self-improvement. It's so fun. It's just fun. It's just pure mind-numbing gameplay bliss. This game is fantastic, and I can't recommend it enough, honestly.